Okay, so the problem reads, Woodhill Elementary School's 3rd and 4th grade classes are planning a joint field trip. There is a total of 464 students in these two grades and only 45 seats per bus. How many buses will be needed to fit all the students, excuse me. So we have the problem, 464 divided by 45. So I kind of solved the problem here. So I want to kind of talk it through you. Okay, so the total number of students we have is 464, right? The amount of students per bus is 45. So our quotient or our answer is going to end up being number of buses. So this is a pretty I wouldn't say a simple division problem because we do have a larger divisor, but it's a whole number division problem. So we don't necessarily have to worry about decimals. Sometimes we might, but right now we don't. So we're going to have to go through our DMSB, 45 into 46, 1. 46 minus 45 is 1, bring down your 4. And then you end up with 14 being, and 45 doesn't go into 14, so 0. So you end up with 10 with a remainder of 4, but it's actually a remainder of 14. I wrote that incorrectly. There we go. So we have 10 with a remainder of 14, okay? So like if we were a computation, we'd be done, 10 with a remainder of 14. But this isn't just a computation problem. This is actually a real life problem that frankly, many of your teachers have had to deal with in the past. So we have 464 kids. We can fit 45 kids per bus. Um, the question is, how many buses do we need to order? So in this case, we have 10 buses, but what about those extra 14 kids? So in this case, we can't just say it's 10 with a remainder of 14. Our actual answer would be number of buses. So what are we going to do for those extra 14 kids? We have to add another bus. So our actual answer for this problem would be 11 buses. Okay, so when you're problem solving, you need to figure out what operation to use for the computation piece, but you also need to make sure you understand what the problem is actually asking and answer that question accordingly. So in this case, even though computationally we would come up with 10 with a remainder of 14, the actual answer would be 11 buses. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to put another problem on the next page and then have you solve it, and then we'll kind of talk it through.